changed so much lately. I'm glad Guardians are back in it.
Hello there, welcome to Saberjoe Gaming, where we always take the high ground. Just doing a little audio test yes, and now it is working. Welcome back to part 4, this time, of Guardian Games on Destiny 2. We are going to be continuing the Guardian Games stuff over the next hour or so. And continue to try and help the Warlocks, that would be this yellow one in the middle, to win the Guardian Games. Currently, as you can see, the little yellow eagle means we have got 8 out of the 10 days competed winning, with Hunters picking up the other 2. So we need to keep trying to push forward. 10 more games, so there is still plenty to play for. We could still end up finishing second. Hello, Fabrizio. I did see you. I just have to do my intro and stuff first before I can start general chit chat. So bear with me. I will get round to your I know it was coming wrestling chit chat, especially after last night. So bear with me and I will absolutely get to that. Okay, so I think we should be able to see if we can get a few more medallions deposited, and we might actually earn the diamond and platinum ones as well. Okay, so we're gonna start by just playing a batch of Supremacy, see how far we can get with that. So Fabrizio says we got robbed so badly. Why Pat McAfee? So I'm gonna set the scene here. So for those that don't know, in WWE, in the build up to WrestleMania and my main event match between Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton had been speaking on the phone over the last 2 or 3 weeks with someone, indicating that someone was like being a bit of a devil on his shoulder, prompting him to unleash his darker side. It was hinted at that it was someone with a bit of a legacy in a wrestling family, leading some to believe it was either Randy's dad, Ric Flair, Triple H, The Rock, someone along those lines, and there were some people guessing someone like a Shane McMahon, maybe Kevin Owens as well. And last night it was revealed it was Pat McAfee, or McAfee, whichever. Who is an NFL footballer who has had a history in WWE over the last 5 to 10 years. Now, let me be clear. I love Pat McAfee. I'm a big fan of his. I loved his time in NXT especially. I was a big fan of him as a commentator. So I love the guy. However, as a reveal, it made no sense and it fell flat as all hell. Fabrizio says, I think this is going to form in a faction. I hope so. I think there's at least a chance that what we could end up getting is Pat McAfee ending up being a middleman and someone else is the big reveal, which will happen at Mania. I'm hoping that's the case because this fell very flat. So yeah, it was not a good reveal. I was also a little bit disappointed in that I thought Fritzy says, yeah, this is this year's Travis Scott. Yeah, it did feel that way a little bit. I'll be honest, there was a bit as well where last night I was really hoping where they were doing the rematch between Sami Zayn and oh no, it's not one. Oh, I'm being shot. Yeah, I thought it was going to end up being the Sami Zayn match was going to end up being a triple threat with Carmelo Hayes being added to the match with Trick Williams, but it sort of landed as if it won't be. I mean, it might still end up being that way, but I did think it was going to end up being a triple threat.
They just took the lead.
Boom. Oh, douchebag got me in the back. That's harsh. Yeah, on the whole, as someone who has been very excited for WrestleMania, I will say I think this probably took away rather than added. I'm still on board. I'm still keeping my Mania positivity, but it didn't add to it really. The only thing it added for me was that Pat McAfee's going to be there because I like Pat McAfee. Frizio says, this is I don't understand why they add unnecessary people. So, from what I understand, and this is only rumour, although it's quite heavily rumoured from quite a lot of different sources, is that the reason Pat McAfee was added was that it came from Aria Emanuel, who is part of the main board for TKO rather than WWE themselves. So it wasn't a booking decision like from Triple H or anything. This was TKO deciding that they think this would give it more of a mainstream boost. I don't think that's actually going to be the case, if I'm honest. But I guess we will see. This same person just keeps somehow handgun sniping us like crazy. Yeah, no, I agree. I think it was working better as it was. I think heel Randy Orton, keep it going as it. Luminac, this is ridiculous. How she is using a sniper rifle. Yeah, there's. I don't feel this added anything. If I'm honest, if anything, I think if that was going to be the reveal, they should have just waited till Mania, but they're not going to do that because they actually think this is going to... They thought this would boost ticket sales. I don't think it will. At all. Or no more so than the fact that it's just because he's selling it on his podcast. But he would have done that for them anyway. Like, he works with WWE. They could have just slipped him some money to sell it big. Or have it announced that he's going to be in someone's corner in a different way. There's just no positive boost to this. I mean, yeah, I don't think it matters whether he helps them or not. I think at this point, it just feels like it's a flat. It's something that they could have just done without. I don't think this added anything, and I think it's just annoyed some fans, really, instead of giving any sort of boost. I'm going to stick with this guy as best I can. Damn it, they had a super. Frizio says, I hate when they create factions. Well, factions generally a good thing if they're done well. It doesn't matter whether someone's at the top of their game or not. The idea of having a faction can always make sense. But this isn't at this point. This isn't even a faction. This is just him having a sort of a manager. Now, it might end up being a faction. It would have actually made more sense for Randy Orton to have a faction if he'd fought him at Mania and lost. Then he's like, right, I need people around me. But it didn't really make sense. Again, I like the idea that someone was in his ear. But no, it didn't work. And I agree, Pat McAfee doesn't really work as a manager. Not for Randy Orton, anyway. If it was someone coming up from NXT, yes. But Randy Orton's got, like, if anything, Randy Orton's closer to being an understandable manager to someone himself, because he's got that all that experience. Fritzio says Austin Theory reminds me of a prime young Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton, even when he was much younger, had a lot more charisma than Austin Theory does. But I get your point. I can see where you're coming from. Let's see, did that get me anywhere? Oh, 2%. That's not gonna rush along, is it? Randy Orton became what he did because of, one, the fact that he has a lot of charisma, but he really benefited from being in Evolution. The problem is, Randy Orton's the first things we really saw him do was be a part of Evolution. We've already seen Austin Theory be a part of a number of sort of flopping things. So, complete matches of supremacy. I just did. Why isn't that counted one? I get what you're saying, Fabrizio, about people being like the next this, the next that. That never really works, though. Because if someone is the next of something else, then they've sort of failed. Because they've just become a copy of something. I get what you mean, but I don't think Obafemi is going to be like the next Brock Lesnar in the same way Brock Lesnar wasn't the next Kurt Angle, which a lot of people said he was going to be. But I do get what you're talking about, though, and I know what you mean. It's that sort of that level, that role that they fill. But I think over time, you usually find wrestlers fill a completely different role than you expect. Fabrizio says Jacob Fatu reminds me of Brock for some reason. I think it's because he does that sort of, he has that aura of he's dangerous, he's scary. I think for Jacob Fatu, the nearest real comparison is like Umaga. But that's based on wrestling style and presentation. They're both presented as sort of wild, savage, dangerous, brutal, more concerned with causing damage than winning titles. Whereas Brock Lesnar is more of he's a sports star, he's a fighter, he's a competitor, he is there to win, he's there to make money, and he's there to win titles, and that's it. I think you're right, Fabrizio. I think that's the important thing to remember is regardless of whether the stuff with Pat McAfee fell a bit flat, which it did, let's be honest. Don't think anyone's particularly happy with that. It's still going to be a really good Mania. It's got a really stacked lineup. And I think people just need to hold on to that. How good the build up. I mean, bear in mind, what a lot of people consider to be the best WrestleMania of all time, I slightly disagree, although not by much, is WrestleMania X7. And the build up to the main event for that between The Rock and Austin was marred by this stupid thing about Deborah, who was Austin's wife, was going to manage The Rock. And it was this silly, unnecessary plot that just got in the way. And it didn't matter. Because in the end, it was, they just went, right, it's not a factor, ignore it. And that's what people did. So it just gets written out of the history books. It just doesn't matter. Fabrizio says the worst WrestleMania was the pandemic. I mean, yes, absolutely. 100% correct. Because it goes to show how whether a match is good or not, whether an event is good or not, the fans being there, the fans' response. I mean, The Rock versus Hogan wasn't a great match if you just made it, if you just blocked out who the characters are and you just saw the shapes wrestle. It wasn't a great match, but it was a great match. The fans' response to it, the sort of, oh my god, look at these two legends, the face-offs, the way they sort of changed roles midway through. It was an amazing match because the fans were there, and that's a part of it. I mean, one of the worst things we currently see a lot is when there's this big face-off between wrestlers at Mania or something, and you have these idiot fans holding up giant cardboard cut-out faces because they want their face to be captured in a moment. And it's like, congratulations, you selfish pricks. Yes, your face has been captured in a moment, and now the moment is ruined. I hope that makes it worthwhile. I think being at any wrestling event is very different to just watching it on telly. I go to a music festival here in the UK most years, and a good few years back, they were filming or recording episodes of NXT, and NXT UK at it. So not a big event, nothing spectacular, nothing special. But for me, being there for it, and because they were filming episodes, it was the same crowd each time. It was like the same group of us, and you were sitting next to people, and I was like, "Oh, I saw you yesterday. How you doing?" And it just became this proper family camaraderie type thing. It was amazing. It was one of the best sort of wrestling events I've ever been at. And that was nothing. That was a no big deal event, but it felt like it. So being there in person makes a massive thing. They had talked about NXT Europe, but it ain't going to happen. The fact that they got rid of NXT UK says it all, really. There was also talk about doing an NXT Japan, but no. I think it got cancelled just because it didn't outright. Sorry, my pad died there. Yeah, it didn't outright make it a lot of money, and unfortunately TKO, they wanted to cut out anything that wasn't making nails on money.
5 minutes.
Just going to check if the audio is working again now. Oh, yes, it is. Just checking that the mic is working, but I can hear it now in the background, so... And I'm getting killed. See, and this is why sometimes I don't, if I want to play a game properly like I did with Requiem, I don't always stream it the first time. Because when I do, you get caught up in all this stuff about, oh, the mic's not working, oh, can you hear me audio? And this is a bit of a whooping, unfortunately. I mean, my excuse is I'm streaming, so I'm only half concentrating. But, oh!
Shut the enemy down.
Fabrizio says, I tried 2K26, my GM, on Immortal difficulty. That is bold of you. A lot of people I've seen had said that the My Rise mode in this was very poor. I'm very disappointed that in My Rise, in My GM mode, sorry, they've stuck with the whole pay-per-views being cross-branded and stuff like that. Boy, did that seriously ruin them.
Minutes remaining.
Fitzhugh says, yeah, because you play more matches than actually having storylines. Yeah, and unfortunately, that's not what My Rise is meant to be. It needs to have a good story. Yeah, we need to jump out after this because this one is not working well. I don't really like Supremacy as a game mode, in fairness.
Your enemy is pushing for victory. Punish them for it.
I need to check and see if it's Mayhem. If it's Mayhem, I'll actually be able to do a fair bit better. Oh. Yeah, I think they're going to wrap this one up very soon, aren't you?
You're defeated. Fight again. Persistence is key. There's no true defeat except surrender. Fight again and make glory
that is
yours.
grim. No, I don't mean wrap up the stream. I'm not wrapping up the stream. I'm gonna be here for about an hour or so. Why isn't it letting me claim that? That's weird. Well, I'm gonna jump out of this game mode though. This is not going well in Supremacy. Also, oh, it actually saved that one. So I might have to do another game of Supremacy at least. Let's do some Rushdown. just to mix and match it a little bit. Fritzio says, also in Immortal difficulty, you have 5 slots matches in PLE. See, it doesn't matter for me. The main annoying thing is having to try and wrap up, like, feuds on a random episode of the show. And being forced into these dumb crossover matches, like a random fatal 4-way or something. They're just stupid. And again, like, it's WrestleMania's main event and they give you Razor or, you know, or a tag team match, and I put forward The Undertaker and The Rock, and they put forward Fraxium. Do you know what I mean? It's just... it kind of kills the buzz a little bit. It's different if you're playing against another person. You can at least sort of go, look, let's make a deal. Let's make this a good match sort of thing. Fritio says, Rezar versus Hulk Hogan, the biggest main event. I can't believe that I ended up having to wrap up my my season, my GM mode streams with Rezar versus Hulk Hogan for WrestleMania. That was tragic. Here we go. I haven't seen Tamina in ages, which is kind of a good thing because she was abysmal. Like, she couldn't do anything very well. Also, one of the worst matches in the Bloodline stuff on 2K. On 2K25 was having to replay that ladder match as Tamina. Like, that made me hate her even more. Well, she has the right family to make sure she always gets paid. She's the most non-bloodline member of the Bloodline family, shall we say. It's like The Rock's daughter. Like, she was terrible at everything. She had, like, no charisma. She couldn't wrestle. She couldn't talk. I will actually say, in the Bloodline, the best female member of the Bloodline is probably Nia Jax. Apart from if you include... what's her name? Naomi. If we're counting sort of by marriage, then she is very good, especially with her new character. Nia Jax is, I don't know if she's related to Roman. I think she's a cousin to The Rock, or a niece to The Rock, or something like that. Let's be honest, it's very confusing because it's a family that includes people that aren't technically family by most standards. Because there's the sort of, if you're related via sort of other families that have been adopted effectively into their lineage, it's very confusing. There's different cultural factors implied into it as well. I would have had no issue with Nia Jax being part of the Bloodline, to be fair. Because, you know, if they're gonna... I mean, maybe she should have been factored into, like, the MFT version. Boom. Job's a good one. Smashed it. Fritio says the women's tag team championships are kiss. They used to be. I think they've been on a decent run for now, whether you like the booking or not. But there's been a fair few people holding them. No one's gone out injured whilst holding them for a while. So that's a positive. I don't think they should introduce another tag team championship for the women because they've got just enough to keep it interesting now. I think if you introduce another belt, then you spread those teams. They should probably only have one tag team champions for the men as well. Do you remember, I don't know whether you will or not, but do you remember what happened, what the rules were about champions when they first did the brand split? Because it was very different to how brand splits are now. The first time around they did it. No, well, that was supposed to be the thing anyway, but basically what they used to have was when the brand split, you still only had one world champion, and the idea was that the world champion had to travel to both Raw and SmackDown. So if you were the champion, you had to go to Raw and SmackDown. You would have single brand pay-per-views. So if it was a Raw pay-per-view that was coming up next, you had to defend against them. If it was a SmackDown pay-per-view, you had to defend against someone on SmackDown. And I think initially they did the same with the tag team and women's champions. The only title that was exclusive was the mid-card title, which actually made that title more important. Because the US title was like only for SmackDown. The Intercontinental title was only for Raw. I think now the world titles and stuff, it makes sense to have one each. But I will say, with the tag titles, I would only have one men's and one women's and have them travel between brands. I think that would... I think they should have a mid-card title each. I think having both of those, because their role is to help develop people. I just don't think they have enough tag teams to have two lots of tag team titles. Quickly check how we're doing here. Oh, defeat 3 bosses. Okay, we're about to get, hopefully, if we can kill this guy, we can get another medal. Danhausen has been on a cursing spree. I actually like that he came down and got involved this time, though. And I do think it means we're going to lead to a Danhausen involvement. At Mania. And let's be honest, Danhausen needs to be at Mania. He's one of the... Whether it lasts or not, Fabrizio says that back then wasn't Backlash called WrestleMania Backlash. Yes and no. So Backlash was always just called Backlash. That was always the case. And then for about 2 years, they called it WrestleMania Backlash because I think Vince McMahon thought it would give it a bit more, make it feel more important. But it didn't. Like, that only happened for a couple of years. Years before that, it was always just called Backlash. Frizio says, I hated when they had PLEs on Sundays. PLEs on Sundays was the norm, and they were called pay-per-views then as well, of course. But I agree, like, I much prefer them being on a Saturday because I work, you know, on a Monday. So I was having to either take annual leave, take time off, or just go into work very, very tired, or book me shifts around it. So for me, it works so much better. I mean, obviously WrestleMania and SummerSlam are now 2 days, but that's only, you know, that's only 1 or 2 events. Having to sort of do that every time was a nightmare. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely it works out much nicer for me than being on Saturdays. Come on, guys, we can take this guy down. Damn, reload time. Come on, come on. Oh, no, no, not yet, not yet. Come on, yes! Job done. There's another medal for you. Boom. Frizio says Danhausen can do this gimmick forever. He doesn't even have to wrestle. He doesn't have to, but I'd kind of like it if he did. Like, I've actually seen him wrestle, and he's actually very good. I wouldn't overexpose it. The problem if they just keep doing this is eventually people will turn against it, because that's what wrestling fans are like. They love something one day, then they boo you for giving it to them the next. So I think they need to be careful about not making it too much. But right now, it's doing fine. Fritzios at this point just induct him into the Hall of Fame. I mean, I don't think too many people would seriously complain. What they should do is when they bring out the class for the Hall of Fame, is just have, you know what, at WrestleMania, on the day when they bring them out, is do it both nights, so they get their proper one, but on the other night, have Danhausen sneak out and stand with them. So at least that way he can pretend he's made it into the Hall of Fame. That way he can take it off his list. His little list of Demandhausens. A John Cena Danhausen promo, says Fritio. I'm okay with that. I would be fine with them doing that. I think that would be That would be funny. And John Cena would sell it like as well. He would be like, yeah, don't curse me. I don't want to be cursed. I'm going to be honest, I haven't got a clue what I'm meant to be doing in this one. I don't know what it is, what the gimmick to this fight is that we're supposed to be doing. Oh. Oh! Hello there. He seems killable at the moment. There's another one done. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, no, I fell off the edge. And I'm slowly falling to my death. Go on, guys. Try and take him out. Respawn. Maybe still kill him? Yes, we can. Oh! Shot me. And I'm falling to me death. Well, I'm already dead, so it doesn't matter. Come on, take him down, take him down, take him down, take him down. Don't run out of ammo, don't run out of ammo, don't run out of ammo. Heal myself, heal myself. Whoa. Walls of death. Oh, I'm the last Guardian standing and I fell down a damn gap. That's the worst. Hello, by the way, Muller Arcade. I apologise that I missed you there. And also, hello, Hartley Quinn. Fabrizio says, do you think he's going to AA Danhausen? I don't think so. Come on. Unless he wants to do another heel turn. Danhausen's just beloved. They should actually have it at some point where Danhausen becomes like a really like clingy fan to another wrestler, and then he can become a Stanhausen. That'd be funny. Stanhausen. There you go. You don't even have to charge me for that one. So Fabrizio says about Danhausen winning the 24/7 title. Now, obviously, that title doesn't exist anymore, but I will be honest with you, I am all for that. Bring that title back. It was goofy, it was silly, but it was fun. It was dumb fun, but still fun. So absolutely, just bring that title back. Give it so that you've got something for people like Danhausen to compete over. Because Danhausen, let's be honest, the only other title Danhausen's going to win is potentially the tag titles. You could like this sort of tag team with R-Truth and Damian Priest. That's the only real chance he's got of winning a title. R-Truth and Danhausen. Well, yeah, that'll be funny. Although, it doesn't fit with the odd couple tag team that WWE normally like to do. They normally like to have one serious guy and one comedy guy. I actually am kind of gutted they didn't go with Danhausen forcing the Miz to be his partner, because that would have been funny. And can you imagine if, like, then the Miz actually wins and he's like, "Oh yeah, this actually works." Ugh. I don't like this one. Just gonna be honest, don't like it. Fitzio says the tag titles on SmackDown is beautiful. It's like the old-fashioned one. Yeah, I do like them, in fairness. Yes! Oh, we only went and beat them. Is that the last one? Did we finish the whole thing? Guess not. My favorite tag team titles are still the old sort of WWF ones, which were like the Attitude Era ones, and before that as well. That's the one I've got a replica of. From the time periods of like the Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian, that version of it. Yeah, that was so the one that Cody run with Randy, like the legacy one, was like the old Raw ones. They were okay. I never took to them myself, but I think that was just because there was no one that held them that I was massively invested in. I mean, like, wrestlers I liked held it, but still. That's fair enough, mate. I don't think it was bad. They just sort of came about after ones that I really liked. I mean, question for you. When did you start watching wrestling? Like, what's the first pay-per-view that you remember watching? See him with a chance here. Some orbs of power they can use all. So the PLE was in 2008. Okay, cool. So you got to remember, like, my first pay-per-view I watched was SummerSlam in 1991. So we are talking quite a a gap generationally. So it makes sense. Like, I will have already built up a fondness of certain title belts, certain wrestlers, certain match types that you will have only seen sort of retrospectively. It's not a bad thing or a good thing. It's just what happens. You know, people make attachments or really like certain designs. And it doesn't mean they're not actually nice as well, by the way. But based on, you know, when they get into something. It's like when you watch, like, football. Loads of people will say, oh, this footballer was the best ever. Whereas others will be like, no, it's Messi or Ronaldo. And it's... Come on, guys. We've nearly got this guy done. Well, hair done. I need... Fritzy says, predict who will this year be King of the Ring and Money in the Bank. Assuming they both happen, I can do that. King of the Ring, Obafemi. Queen of the Ring, maybe Jade Cargill, if they want to keep pushing her to feel like she's going to be a top star, then it'd have to be, if she's going to lose the title at some point, then they need to give her something. Money in the Bank, I think Dirty Dom at some point needs to win Money in the Bank. Oh, it's not going to be enough, is it? Got 14 seconds. Don't save me, just keep shooting. Have we done it? Oh my word, we did. I always think the Money in the Bank works better for a baddie. So I think Dirty Dom to win Money in the Bank. Women's Money in the Bank. Sol Ruka could. I know she's not a baddie, and I've just said about baddies being better, but I think she might come up soon, get that big push. Fabrizio says, King of the Ring Obafemi, Queen of the Ring Bianca Belair. Potentially. I definitely think Obafemi. I mean, his gimmick, his title is literally the ruler. There's nothing that fits that better than being King of the Ring. I mean, that should be a no-brainer. And then if you're King of the Ring, you get the world title match at SummerSlam. So you then have Obafemi go on to challenge whichever world champion. Boom. I think it's hard to guess at which title because it depends on who has it as to which match. I mean, we probably need a rematch between Oba and Cody Rhodes still. But we just have to wait and see on that one, really. But I do think Obafemi as the king, the ruler, it's almost like you're making it official. He officially is the ruler of WWE. You prefer him with the big gold world title? I mean, I think it would probably look better. So I can get that. And then you've potentially got Obafemi versus Roman Reigns or Obafemi versus CM Punk. I would love to see Obafemi versus Roman Reigns. That, because then you've got that sort of ruler plus the tribal chief. So you've got that sort of story type. It's not a story per se, but a clashing of, there can only be one ruler, there can only be one tribal chief, but they both mirror each other. So if you have Obafemi with he's the king of the ring, he is the ruler, but he has to beat the tribal chief to become the one true ruler of WWE. That sounds awesome, by the way. I think we've just plotted out the next 6-7 months of WWE. If you really wanted to beef it up, you could even have Obafemi be like the Intercontinental Champion at the time. Champion versus champion. Ruler versus tribal chief. Fabrizio says Roman isn't winning at WrestleMania. That's a shame, man. Because that Obafemi versus Roman Reigns match sounds absolutely epic. Like, literally, that just sounds like that's automatically your main event. Maybe we could then get The Rock versus Cody Rhodes to be the second night. Well, if Obafemi chases the other title, then who's he challenging? Who is it currently? Well, to be Randy Orton or Cody. I mean, Obafemi versus Randy Orton doesn't feel anything special. Obafemi versus Cody Rhodes is at least a rematch from their previous encounter. So that'd be something. But I would still, the idea of Obafemi versus Roman with all that sort of ruler versus tribal chief stuff, that's just perfect. I mean, the fact that you don't know what to go for is good, in that it means there's a lot that they could do. But that Oba versus Roman at SummerSlam, after he's won the King of the Ring, oh, that sounds meaty. And there's plenty of scope for rematches, like at Mania or something. Fabrizio says, if Oba wins the title at 27, he does everything, then what's next? I don't think 27 is too young. I think when people are talking about wanting someone who's like 24, 25 and stuff like that, yeah. 27, I don't think that's too young. And also, he's won the world title. But there's still the WWE title being the bigger title. There's still main eventing WrestleMania, which he won't have done. So I totally agree with your perspective. I think we should always hold in mind what's left, but I think in that context there is plenty. Frizio says at one point I think they'll want to unify the title. Oh, of course, absolutely. And then at another point they'll separate them again. Titles have been in WWE have been unified and separated so many times, especially since the end of the WCW invasion. They just keep getting unified and separated and unified and separated. It'll carry on like that at some point, to some degree or another. Ow. No, I mean, for me, they should keep two separate champions on two separate brands. Ooh. Damn it. We're overlapping. There was one drawing me to the side, and then another one took me out. This is when you can tell when people are working as an actual team and talking to each other. Whereas I currently am very much riding solo. Damn it! Oh, didn't see him on time. Oh, I got him.
5 minutes remaining.
Whoa, where'd that one come from? Fritzy says Paul Heyman just keeps switching side. One time Gunther, then Braun, then Brock. Who is he aligned to? Well, the only one he's fully aligned to is Brock. It's all because of the stuff with the Vision. There's just been too much bad luck. It really has just been such bad luck. The Vision wasn't being done very well, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't what it could have been. But then they absolutely had just some of the worst luck. And in a sense, it makes sense. The ones he stood with, they're not really his Vision. I think in character, I think he's sort of just waiting and seeing what happens. He's got to stick with the two of them, because without them, he's screwed. He's not got any backup. So he's sticking with them and waiting and seeing what happens.
Minutes remaining.
Ooh. I kind of feel bad for them about the Vision stuff, because you had these two, Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed, these two new wrestlers. You had potential matches for Seth, for Bron, for Bronson, for Austin Theory. All these different options of matches, and none of them are gonna pan out now. Frizio says just end the faction. I get that, but you got to still try and salvage something from it. I think what happens is you have Seth take them out one by one. But you have to wait for... You almost have to wait for the others to come back for that to even be worthwhile. There's no reason for him to take out Austin Theory and Logan Paul. They didn't do anything. You've got to wait for the others to come back. And bear in mind, this is something that was built in a WrestleMania main event. It's all well and good to say just end it, but you're just then making a joke out of a WrestleMania main event. They've got to try and take something from it. Yeah, I think Seth's injury changed it, but then so did Bronson Reed and Bron Breakkers. I think if either of them had been fit, then you'd have them at WrestleMania. You could have Bron Breakker versus Seth. You could have had Bronson Reed versus Seth. But all three being out kind of made it like, well, what are they supposed to do?
Don't let your enemy take this without a fight.
Wait, where's me?
Seconds remaining.
8%. Maybe it doesn't factor in until the fight's over.
Your enemy has defeated you. Everyone loses. Not everyone fights to take their glory back.
13%. Yeah, let's just abandon this one. I'd do better just doing I'd do better if I just did some Gambit. Fritzy says, I wouldn't have minded Seth versus Brock. Yeah, but the problem is then we're just missing out on Brock versus Oba. I would rather have Brock versus Oba than Brock versus Seth again. Because we have already had Seth versus Brock at WrestleMania. Technically twice. I don't really think we needed it again. Brock versus Oba is a huge match. And it's had one of the best builds of all of WrestleMania. So there's no need to lose out on that for a match we've already seen. Okay. Boom. Oh, gold, platinum, diamond, and silver medals. That's a lot of medals.
Help me through this.
Boom. 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 Oh, more. Boom.
Underway. Good luck. I was just hoping you'd stop by today.
Boom. Boom.
Don't forget.
Fabrizio says, are you ready to see Gunther versus Brock? I still want to see Brock versus Jacob versus Bron Breakker versus Sabre in a squash match. As long as I'm not the one getting squashed. I do not want to be squashed. Boom. Get me with all me things on. I try and keep the warlocks in this.
Let's take a look.
Unclaimed triumphs. Oh, I didn't realize we had triumphs. Fritz says Brock Lesnar is the beast. He is. That is his name. I think I would just rather have Brock versus Oba. That could genuinely be a WrestleMania main event. We're done. Okay, we're not far away. I think if he throws Brock into the crowd, Brock Lesnar might not be able to get back up. Or he'd just kill somebody in the crowd.
Good luck, Guardian.
I mean, we've already got a no DQ match. I think what they need to do is just have the referee sort of just let it go wild. Let them fight outside and all that sort of stuff.
I was just hoping you'd stop by today.
Another Golden Age blueprint for interplanetary orbital sails.
There's not long left in this, and it looks tight. That's the tightest I've ever seen it, with only like an hour or so to go. Do you know what? I'm going to keep going a little bit longer.
I have ideas already.
Just to try and really give this a very close fight to the... Get final blows and assists with dark debuffs in Gambit. Okay, let's use a reroll chip. Defeat targets with any supers. Defeat bosses in any activity.
Terribly exciting.
Okay. We are going to play some Gambit and try and get some more medallions for the Warlock cause. Fritzio says, why is the referee weak? Even if you touch the referee, he'll be knocked out. Because that's the point of the referee. If you actually had to knock them out clean, you'd just get disqualified. Whereas if you can nudge into them, then you don't get disqualified, and they can be down long enough for you to do something dastardly. And Fritzio says, do you think the Dom will turn face sometime? Maybe at some point. Bear in mind, what's the point of turning him face? Like, people love him anyway. Like, they really do. So, no one's going to cheer him more because he's a face. And actually, then you potentially lose a lot of the stuff that makes him likable. Hardly Quinn says, I love Dom how he is. Yeah, I think that's the thing. You know, people can cheer for him. I mean, they did. The other year at WrestleMania when he won the IC title, he got cheered so much that they called an audible and have him ran back to the ring to celebrate, and everyone was over the moon. Like, I don't think that was planned.
Enough fooling around. Hive, bring a sword.
Bring a
The Hive
sword?
are hungry, brother. Don't let them touch you. And bring a sponge just in case. Hold on to your ghosts. Kill the hostiles. Grab the moats, drop them in the bank.
Okie dokie, here we go here.
Hostiles at the trees.
Boom. Let's go get me some heavy ammo. I recently, by recently I mean literally last night, downloaded
Small blocker outbound.
the Resident Evil 2 remake. I am gonna play it offline.
Incoming wave at the ruins.
At least this time. I might redo it. But what I am gonna do is my first time playing video. It's technically not true, as I did briefly play it first, but I might do a stream sort of looking at my first attempt at starting Resident Evil 2, the remake, so that's what I thought to. Hello, by the way, Magnificent, and welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Very cool to have you here.
Portal's active. Time to choose violence.
Damn it, that's a lot of motes. I should have banked them. Get final blows and assists with dark debuffs. I don't know what a dark debuff is. Like, come on. I don't use these dumb terms. Just tell me what to do. Right, where's the invader? Let's keep an eye on me little
Your team turned that invader into a grease spot.
Oh, he's gone. Okay. Pick up a couple more. That gives us enough to send a heavy blocker over.
Portal's active. Time to choose violence. Your enemy called up a primeval. They kill it, they win. Hostiles at the trees.
Okay, is no one else going to go through? Guess I will then.
Hey, got enough to pull a primeval.
Magnificent says, hope you have a good Easter, Saber. Thank you, dude. I hope you do as well. I am
High value target got away.
hoping to be able to spend a little bit of time with family.
10 seconds left. That's
Ah,
it.
oh, I got two of them.
Kill that primeval.
That got me 10%. Blah. That's not good.
Invaders here. Make them feel
Ooh,
unwelcome.
where?
Otherwise hate it. Now devour that primeval. Your team smoked the invader. That stain ain't coming out.
Magnificent says, and everyone else has a good Easter too. Well, on behalf of the Magnificent, I hope that everyone has a lovely Easter period. Has anyone got a particular Easter treat that they are looking forward to?
Fight's over. Opposing team killed
Damn
the
it.
primeval.
That's a shame. Oh, it jumped up to 30. Completing Gambit activities gives bonus. Okay. So we can just play Gambit, and even if we don't get, you just get bonus activities for that. That's doable then. Let's shock and awe, 22 out of 50. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Gonna try and get a couple more medals to help fight the good fight in the cause for the Warlocks to try and win this year's Guardian Games. I actually banked a whole hell of a lot of medals before. So that was good. And Hardly Quinn says, Happy Easter to you as well, Magnificent. Gotta love the camaraderie. Got some triumphs. Do, do, do. Oh. Unlock those. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, ay, mi estómago. So I will soon be doing the Star Wars event. How much is that? Yeah, I'll be doing the Star Wars event because I want to unlock a lightsaber, which you can get. And you can get these different ornaments for lightsabers. And I particularly want this one, because it's got that sort of Egyptian vibe to it, which a lot of my Warlock attire has. Plus, it comes with the purple crystal. And purple is my favourite colour, be it in just general or for lightsabers. So, this is I want to be able to unlock the lightsaber, and then I will be buying this ornament for my lightsaber. Magnificent says saber is am I? Am. I need to try and finish the Hogwarts Legacy game so that I can start a different game. I'm contemplating trying to do Red Dead Redemption. I also want to do the Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, but I feel like you have to do Red Dead Redemption first for it to make any sense.
What would you do with an extra pair of arms, cousin? Come on, it's an honest question. Get ready to drop. Look at you all dressed up. Let's get some blood on that armor.
Fight, fight, fight.
Do the Vanguard know you're this good? You should be running the place.
Ooh, moats. Ooh, I do love some moats. Let's bank those for a small blocker.
Small blocker outbound. Watch it! You're shedding moats! Kill the blockers!
Damn it. Magnificent says, any Haribo? I do have some Haribo to the side, actually. However, I have also just eaten a rather healthy meal just before I streamed. So, whereas normally I'm a little bit peckish while I game, I am not as peckish this time. And after gaming, I will be cooking some pork chops with alpha bites. Yeah. For those that don't know, alpha bites are like little potato shapes, shaped like letters, which is awesome. When I was a kid, I used to have alpha bites, and my mum would like write a little message out of me alpha bites, depending on what letters were left.
Hostiles incoming at command. Invader on the field, and they don't look too friendly. Hey, you're losing motes. Ice the blockers. Got eyes on a high-value target. Track it down.
Whoa.
Knock 'em down.
Boom. This is a lot.
Enemy invader down. Nice.
Oh, so many motes, guys. Come and get some.
Incoming hostiles at the ring. You sent a large blocker to the other side. Don't tell the Vanguard. Portal is primed. Lock and load. Your allies invading, and they mean business.
Let's get these.
Yeah! High-value target eliminated.
One more mote so I can send... Yes. Perfect. Now I can send a large blocker over. Just play with them a little bit over there.
Back with one kill. Large blocker outbound. Hey, your team has enough to pull a primeval. Opposing team summons a primeval. If they kill it, they win this. Portal's ready. Hostiles incoming at the burrow.
Magnificent says you gotta love your moats. Oh, I agree. A good moat is a happy, happy time.
All right, you can still win this. Burn that primeval to the ground. Embrace the darkness. Take out those guardians.
Okay, okay, okay. Let's see.
10 seconds and I pull you back.
Oh, it killed me instead of me killing her. Oh, that's tragic.
Your team turned that
Ugh,
invader
not-
into
not-
a grease
Get
spot.
final blows with dark sides. See, that's the... It's that buffs thing that makes it tricky. Oh, there's some more medals. I'll take that. Basically, what that means is, from what I can tell,
Opposing team's about to win. Allies headed to
the
other
only
side.
way I can... Yeah.
Opposing team put their
Is if I go
primeval
through.
to rest.
So in other words, you have to go on the hunt. 50%. Yeah. Oh, I've got a commendation. That's nice. Everyone thinks I'm the best dressed. I like that. Deathless grade A rushdown complete. That's not gonna happen, is it? wonder if I get another reroll chip. I don't want to use silver for it, though. Let's just see if I can get... This time I need to remember to use me super when I go through. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's switch back to Void. Oh my, we can upgrade quite a bit here. Boom. 367. No, I'm not going to say that out loud again. There we go. 365 is my overall ranking.
Ooh! Scorn approaching.
Scorn it
run out of
is.
scorn by now. How are they breeding? Transmat primed. They say you're the best,
Okay.
hero. Thank those moats and prove it.
Oh, man. I literally landed in my own grenade then. Oh, thank you for the revive. Much appreciated.
Hostiles
Of course,
inbound at the
everyone had already stolen me moats. Boom.
incoming wave at the
Orbs
drill.
are good. That means I level up towards having a super faster. And then maybe... Oh, you can rest in peace.
Portal's ready. Grab your gun.
Ah, oh, Dowy's gonna go
Your
through with me.
allies
Damn it.
invading, and they mean business. High value target. Burn it down.
Ooh.
High value
Damn
target
it!
neutralized.
Oh,
Invaders back with 2 kills under their belts. Hostiles inbound at the steps.
need to try and go through because I have to have a dark debuff to get this bounty.
Portal is primed. Lock and load.
Time to go.
You're nearly there. Fill the bank. Get that
Right.
primeval up.
Come
This
on.
is what the
1 or 2 kills.
revel in this. Guardian.
Boom. There's
Watch it.
one.
You're shedding moats. Kill the blockers. Two.
There's another. I got killed, but I took 2 out. Oof. Okay. And that's just one run through. We can always go back through again.
You've summoned a primeval. Kill it, and the win is yours.
I'm not in any rush to win it. The sooner it wins, the sooner it is over, and I don't have the chance to go through.
Envoys terminated. Now,
Come on, come on.
bring the house down.
Nearly there. Super. Open the portal. Come on.
You're being invaded. Find them before they find you. Opposing team has a primeval. You've got to finish first. You're in the lead. Take down that primeval, and it's damage yours. Primeval compromised.
Right.
Burn it down. This is what the taken feel. Revel in this.
Come on, come on, come on. There's a couple of them over here.
That's one.
Boom. Oh, the prick killed me. But that's another one taken out anyway. He got taken out, but so did I.
Envoys hate. Now devour that primeval. Sometimes I forget we killed a god.
Damn it. Man, they did well as a team, considering I was trying not to kill the primeval,
An iron lady.
and they still managed to do it. Okay, one more gambit, and then I will be wrapping up the stream. Well, I'll go and deposit my motes. Not my motes, my medals first. Currently 4 bronze, 1 silver, 1 gold. Hopefully from this we will get, well, from the quest alone, we should get 1 gold. And then hopefully another, well, we'll definitely get another medal, but maybe another gold or silver. And hopefully then we can nail down another win for the Warlocks. That would put us on 9. 10 means we get joint first at least. 11 guaranteed solo first. So if we get this one today, we are literally talking 1 or 2 more needed. And in fairness, if we get this one today and the Titans win any, we guarantee first. Because then the Hunters can't get 10 as well. No, if we get this one today, we're only 1 away from guaranteeing first. Mind you, I suppose we would guarantee first anyway. Either way, winning today would be a big deal. How many triumphs? That should make it 5 when I do this one. This one, complete rushdown or supremacy activities with a higher than 3 out of 10. We've done more than that. Mind you, completed. Defeat bosses. Reach rank 30. We will reach rank 30. Okay. Okay, let's do this. In the next couple of days as well, I will be doing a stream where we will get to see the arena for YouTube Mania 5. I did announce the theme for it the other day on, I think it was on Thursday. That being that the theme is returning to faction wars, but this time allies have been set. It will be D-Generation X and the New World Order versus the Judgment Day and the Bloodline, with all previous, past, present members eligible. As long as they're actually in the game, that is.
Transmat ready. The hall's getting hungry, hero. Feed it some motes, will you?
Oh, got myself an exotic engram there. Although, frankly, I prefer Eververse engrams, as there's not really any exotics that I ever get that are new.
Incoming on the island.
This time I will actually just be trying to win the match. Because I will get enough to complete my bounty just by taking part. So winning the actual game will give us the highest medal.
high-value target. Burn it down.
Yeah, I think they're burnt down, alright. Oh, that was a Guardian.
Incoming on the island.
Yeah, let's just deposit these rather than risk losing them.
Portal's up. Go give them my regard.
Oh, okay.
You're
You're
invading.
gonna
Make a
insist.
mess.
I might as well try.
You knocked the most
Boom.
right out of them. Nice. Ten seconds left. Two
Boom.
down. Three down.
Oh!
Bringing you back. Good hunt.
Well, job done.
High-value targets making a break for it. Cut them off. Invaders off the field. High-value targets skip town. Get the next one. Portal's ready. Grab your gun.
Let's go get all these motes. Drop him.
Incoming at the caves. You're close. Bank and summon that primeval. This is what the taken feel. Revel in this.
We get another one. Damn it.
That's one.
Oh, yeah.
10 seconds left.
Perfectly timed.
Welcome back.
Man. I am quite the Guardian killer here. At least by my standards, anyway.
Invader incoming. Send them packing. Envoys eliminated. Focus on the primeval.
Come on, where's this invader? Come on.
Invaders out. You'll get them next time. Your enemy called up a primeval. Finish this before they do. You gained the lead. Invaders here. Brace yourself.
Come on, invader. There we little sneaky sod. Got us a gold anyway.
Invaders gone. Get them next time.
Oh, what the hell? Let's try.
Embrace the darkness. Take out those guardians. Guardian.
Yes! Took one of them out before it died. That brings their primeval back up to its first health bar. We've taken the lead now.
You're invading. Make a mess.
Come on.
Seconds left. Enemy invader down. Hey, you can't blame him for trying.
Boom. Come on, guys. Get over here and start killing this thing.
You're in the lead. That primeval's nearly dead.
Come on, come on.
Invader incoming! Send him pack! That primeval's not long for this world. Burn it down and take this gift.
Damn it, they've done it.
Opposing team killed their primeval. That
We got a
primeval's
bronze.
compromised. Hit it with everything you've got.
Well, let's head to the tower and then bank moats. And hopefully we wrap this day up with the Warlocks taking their 9th win of the event. Ooh, we are falling fast. Yeah. Maybe I should have saved those.
Live to see the darkness.
Could have used them tomorrow instead. Ah, well. I mean, if Titans win, that's actually good. I mean, it'd be better if we win, but if Titans win, that actually starts to split the winnable days between the Titans and the Hunters. What we don't want is the Hunters to go on a big long streak. Well, at least I know I did me bit, whether or not it's worked out. Okay, well, anyway, that is me set to wrap this stream up. So I'm just going to try and log back in on my phone so I can actually see everyone that's been here today. As my phone died midway through the stream.
I'm glad you're still with me,
which is a shame. So, I want to give a thank you to Muller Arcade, to Hardly Quinn, to Magnificent Logo, and Fabrizio Empire for being here today. It has been a pleasure. Nice way to spend some of the Easter weekend. And yeah, I think I shall call it there. Keep an eye out over the next few days. I'm going to try and do a 2K25 stream where we will show the new arena I have made for YouTube Mania 2026. So that should be going up in the next few days. And we'll probably fit in a couple of matches while we're there, just to pad out the stream. I am also going to do a stream of my first time playing the Resident Evil 2 remake, as I'm going to actually play it offline, but I thought I'd share that first moment with you. And yeah, that's about it, guys. So until next time, take care, and as always, take the what was going on behind us there? Suddenly the Warlocks have shot back into it. Well then, woohoo! Warlocks for champions with fireworks. Take the high ground.